come along to the DPS ski stand here at ISPO, and I'm meeting the founder of DPS, Stefan Drake. Hi Stefan, how are you doing?
How are you?
Good, thanks, nice to meet you. So yeah, DPS, I mean, we know the ski brand, we love the skis, now you've come up with a new concept in waxing. Can you just explain a little bit about what it is, the Phantom?
Sure. So Phantom is a permanent base treatment, and what it does is it's a liquid originally, and it penetrates the entire thickness of your ski base, and then polymerizes, so it becomes actually chemically bonded to the ski base itself. And that process is initiated through UV light, so either sunlight or an artificial UV light.
Okay.
And the result is that you now have the same basic ingredients that make race waxes really fast are now permanently bound to your base, if that makes sense. So, So no matter how many times you stone grind or how many days you go out skiing, you're still going to have that same performance.
And that's because it soaks through the base all the way through, is that correct?
Exactly. On a molecular level, the Phantom is so small that it's kind of penetrating into the pores in the base, which are, if you can imagine under a microscope, look kind of like a bowl of spaghetti. And so there's airspace in between, and the Phantom goes in there and then binds to the base itself.
Would you use, like, would you maybe top that up with a kind of more daily or few daily or weekly wax or something, or with a different type of wax? No, you don't need to do anything at all.
You don't, and it's you know, for 99% of skiers, 99% of days, it's completely sufficient on its own. The one exception would be if you're racing competitively, then you can wax on top of a Phantom base. So, but there's really, you know, we're pretty core skiers and out there a lot, and it's the performance level is totally sufficient for everyday skiing, free riding, vacation, etc.
And the kind of chemicals you're using, I mean, you may use the word chemicals, I mean, how eco-friendly is that?
Incredibly eco-friendly. Once the chemicals are polymerized inside the base material, they are effectively inert. So they're never shedding off the base. If you think of wax, it's a topical layer, it's always shedding off, so all the chemicals in wax are always moving into the watershed. Whereas Phantom is completely, it's now one part of the base, so it's never leaving your base. And even when it does, when it's stone ground, it's completely inert. There's no open carbon atoms whatsoever. So there's no biological reaction whatsoever. So it's an awesome thing in terms of...
You know, I mean, I think the development of the ski waxes, we're seeing a few other companies doing similar things. I mean, there's a company in the UK that people in the UK might know called Juice, and they also claim to have exactly the same kind of permanent base structure. I mean, what's the difference between what you're doing and, say, what they're doing?
Well, the technology we developed, we did completely from scratch in-house. It's patent pending. So, you know, the whole UV component, the timed polymerization is really what makes this work. And that's something that we developed. I can't speak specifically to their product. We definitely tried it on the early stages, like others that have attempted, you know, to go away from wax. There's been a lot of different products over the years that have, you know, that attempted to solve the wax program. I know they have a newer formula that's like a spray, but I haven't tried it, so I can't speak directly in comparison to Phantom.
No, sure. All right, it's been really interesting hearing about it, hearing about Phantom. Thank you very much, Stefan.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the time and looking into it.
Great, thanks.
Cheers.